All right, hello everybody. This is our Wing Chun class. It is Tuesday. It's May 26th, and as per usual, I'm recording this class to upload it to my YouTube channel for my commitment to teach, record, and upload 100 hours of complementary martial arts classes. I'm also going to be sharing this particular class recording on some of my other member platforms, like the Level 1 Martial Arts Kit and my online martial arts learning community. I'm recording this in my current kind of guerrilla style. This is Family Martial Arts Academy Living Room Edition, and like I need to finish up the CLOT curriculum for the online martial arts learning community. I shouldn't say the majority, the rest of the other levels will be filmed in this environment, okay? The other change that I'm making, and I'm just gonna say this explicitly in a couple different videos, I'm just pressing the record button on my computer, and later I'll be pressing the stop button. And unless something catastrophic happens, that is the recording that I'm going to upload directly to those platforms. Because all I typically do is I trim the clip and I add a fade in and a fade out. When I do that, it quadruples the file size, and it takes me way longer to get it to you. And nobody is here for the, Paramount Pictures, Universal Pictures style production values. You're here for the content, and you're so that you have the video reference to supplement the written curriculum, and so that you can train and rank up, from me anywhere in the world. That's always been the dream, and we're almost there. Is a standardized Jeet Kune Do, Filipino martial arts, and CLOT curriculum. Now we're starting to add Wing Chun. We will probably, I've filmed some of my old kickboxing curriculum. I'll probably start to make that available to online martial arts learning community members as well. This way, everything is explicit. And even if you are across the world, like I have a couple of students in Australia, it's there. It's recorded. We have some kind of an interaction, whatever that looks like, even if it's through email. And it's all been recorded, and we have that dialogue, and I can guide you and help you, even at a distance, get where you want to get. That's always, I've been talking about having something like this for over a decade, and like we finally, really the platform that I'm using is, I think, really good, and we're there. So what we're gonna do with this recording, we're gonna record in one video rather than a video that's chopped up, because that'll take longer to get to you for all the reasons I just explained. We're gonna go through Wing Chun Yellow Sash, and I'm going to essentially present you with two versions. I'm going to present you with the version if you had a training partner available. I'm also going to present you with the version if you are by yourself, because I want you to be able to do this. The original recordings were made, Guru Carlos and then Coach Dylan. Those are the guys. Those are the people that helped me in the Midtown Manhattan Academy, which is no more, but that's okay. The world goes on, and we will continue moving forward. But those standards are a little bit difficult for some people to reach. What if you're stuck home with family members that will let you demo on them, but they don't have any martial arts experience? Well, without lowering my standards, I have to give you alternate ways of demonstrating your proficiency alone. I have to, okay? That's my responsibility to support you. Okay, so I am quite literally going to just go down the written curriculum in order so that I don't miss anything, so that we have this, okay? And all right, I save the form for your second to last requirement. So 30 sets of one-legged battle punches, okay? So that would be the first thing. So the mats that I'm on, they're really nice mats, but I probably will have some balance checks because it's not like doing it on, you know, hardwood floors or even regular carpeting. So everybody lift your left leg and your hands are here, and we're gonna do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to set that left foot down. We're going to find a good spot. And again, if I have balance checks, I'm sorry, everybody. It's hard to do these on this mats. And we're going to do 15. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that's 30 sets of our one-legged battle punches. So that's done. All right, so footwork-wise, if we sink a little bit, open our toes and open our heels, here is our training posture. And from that training posture, hands up, and we're going to make fists, and we're just going to do 10 sets. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very important on these battle punches or on these chain punches. You are punching down center line. The visual that I like to give is the gear in a, you know, in the chamber in a, like with a bicycle chain, right? That's one surface that's going around, rotating around the same point. So, you know, this, I see stuff like this, like pistons, that would be wrong. Fist over fist, both hands hitting the same point in space, okay? And so we get our Yiji Koyama and our Jutsunma, our Yiji Koyama we just took care of, so we use our Yiji Koyama to do our nice battle punches while in that traditional training posture, right? Sink a little bit, open your toes, open your heels. This is what I like to, you know, the Wing Chun equivalent of horse stance. And, you know, for those keyboard warriors out there that don't like anything, they always, well, you're going to get kicked in the groin. Well, we don't fight like this, Professor. This is a training posture. This is the equivalent of a horse stance. This is like the Wing Chun horse stance. Nobody, karate practitioners don't fight from horse stance. They train. It's a training posture. Okay, so from this posture, everybody put your right hand in front and make fists. Give me 1, 2, 3. Open your hands. Go to your left. Make fists. 1, 2, 3. Open. Center. 1, 2, 3. Open. To your right. 1, 2, 3. Open. Center. 1, 2, 3. Open. Left. 1, 2, 3. Open. Center. 1, 2, 3. Open to your right. 1, 2, 3. Open and center. 1, 2, 3. Okay. When I count those, when I'm testing a group, or I'll usually just have you do like 10 or 11 sets. So it might look like this, and I'll just demo it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I like to end usually on center rather than to either one of the sides, but very simple, very, very simple, okay? So we have our one-legged battle punches, we have Yiji Koyama, we have Jetsunma. Now we're getting into the drill section. So all of those things would be examined on your own. You don't need anybody for those, for the footwork. You don't need anybody for the one-legged battle punches. You don't need, all of that can be done on your own. So that's taken care of, whether or not you have a partner. Okay, the drill section. So my little group here, we've really been doing a lot of work recently on how to effectively train this if you're on your own. And again, this is something I've observed over the last, like 9 weeks of offering complimentary public Zoom classes. Most of my participants are by themselves. Even if other people are walking through the frame, like I have other people in my household right now, most people are training on their own. So it really demonstrated to me the need to focus on, like, how could we address this if you are by yourself? Okay, so drill section, bong sao and lop sao. We're in our training posture, and every time if you want to reset, you can, but make sure you're in that traditional training posture. Let's everybody go left, bong sao, right, ton sao. This is my bong sao, like a boomerang shape. This is called tying up hand, and this is my ton sao, showing hand. Whenever I do a ton sao, the only tension should be in my thumb. These fingers should be relaxed for the most part. Okay, then what I want you to imagine is grabbing or lopping with your right hand and then coming over and feeding that back fist with your left. And then you rotate again. So offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, okay? And when we do that lock, the only thing, and it's a little hard in the air, but again, it's better than not doing it, right? Because when this is all over and we can get with our training partners again, boom, we're gonna exponentially, like our mastery of this material, it's gonna go all the faster for having learned it in the air. When you lop here, visualize keeping your thumb out of it, okay? And in a few moments, I'll bring Simojin in and show you what these would look like with a partner, but not this. This would be like a full-on grab. It's this. Imagine this is my opponent's arm. I can demonstrate this for you. This is wrong. Full-on commitment with your thumb. This is what I want. Thumb on top. Okay, because if you are unlucky and you get a super strong person, you're gonna break your thumb, and I don't want that. Okay, so offense, defense, offense, defense, offense, defense. Then you have to work the other side, right? So we're here, and then pardon me. Here's my. There we go. Okay. And I like that. I like moments like that. I'm the head instructor. I'm a black sash. I'm a full instructor under Sifu Fong. I haven't done this in the air in a while on this side. Okay, so that's all right. Even I need a check every now and then. Bong sao, ton sao, boom. Okay, so it's the same drill. So that is written up. Right now I'm referring to Sifu Fong's curriculum directly from him. Before I make this available to people, I'm going to rewrite a couple of things, keeping his structure, but adding in a few little notations to make it understandable. okay? But it'll, I mean, not that it's not understandable. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but just to make it a little bit more easy to follow. Maybe what I should say, I have the benefit as a member of the Instructors Association. I have, for Wing Chun, what I was describing to you with the arts that I teach, I have pretty much the whole curriculum laid out in videos. And so if I don't understand something in the written, I can go back and, okay, what did he mean by that? So my written components, I'm just going to have them, there's a few things I'm going to add to make things super easy to follow for you. That's all I meant. Sifu Fong's curriculum is top notch. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Okay, Jutsao. So we're still in drills. So check your stance. Jutsao looks like this. Just this. Right here. That little sinking or merging of the wrist. This is the Jutsao. Okay. And I've been talking about this for the past few weeks. It translates to jerking hand. I don't like that. I don't like that translation because there's nothing jerky about this. Super smooth, super controlled. All right. And I'll demo all this with Simo Jean in a moment. The feed would be here. Okay. So, you know, Conrad's got his video open, right? So this could be one of the ways that we train this through the technology or through Zoom. It's not as good as being face-to-face and feeling the energy, but if the alternative is not doing any martial arts at all, then I like this. Okay, so see how he's responding to the side that I'm feeding. Okay, it's better than having time. It's better than having no tools at all. Like imagine going through this in like in the super early, the aughts, the early 2000s, right? With before all of this technology was readily available. I mean, we're barely scratching the surface at high-speed internet. So we are very lucky that at least we have this. Okay, so that's Jutsao. Our Tansao, we're going to check our stance, and our Tansao is going to look like this. Okay, here's our Tansao. Again, tension is in the thumbs. Fingers are relaxed, okay? And if you've never watched one of my Wing Chun classes or my materials, I do point this out. And then once you know this about me, it's a non-issue. My mother and I have the same sort of weird hereditary thing where sometimes when our pinkies are completely relaxed, they're actually bent. So I don't want you to think I'm being a hypocrite. You know, like, well, didn't he say that all these fingers are supposed to be relaxed except the thumb? And then you might see, you know, my pinky slightly bent. That is actually completely relaxed, okay? But just put your focus on the Tansao, all right? And you would be cutting inside. Again, the feed would be here, and you would actually be cutting inside rather than outside of my arm. And again, in a few moments, I'll bring Simo Jean in. We'll very quickly go through all these for you, okay? And by the way, let me make things super clear. Everything I'm doing in the air, this would be the version for you to put on video for me if you're stuck by yourself, you're stuck without a training partner, okay? Like everything that I've demoed so far, like that's actually what you would put on video. So we've had the bong lop on both sides, and we've done our Jutsao. So you can just do so many reps. You don't have to count, like stay here for 30 seconds or so, or 25 seconds, and then get into your Tansao. Okay, I will have plenty to evaluate if you're just doing those things in the air, and I can take a look at them. Okay, so Jopsao. All right, so Conrad's ahead of me. That's awesome. Okay, so your Jopsao is here. Your Jopsao just cuts. When, I always say the same thing, when you have a partner available to you and you can work this, Jopsao, at least as I've observed it over the years, seems to be the one where if people amp it up too hard and too fast, well, people want to retaliate. So this is a good one to work if you do have a Wing Chun dummy available to you right now. I don't, unfortunately, as much as I wish I did, but if you do, it's a great one to work on your dummy. But that's your Jopsao. And that, and just keep the other hand up, okay? All of these, no matter if you have a partner, no matter if you're gonna put them on video solo for me, all of these in the drills section, I am staying, the visual I always like to give is if you and your partner were standing sternum facing sternum and you have a stick between your sternums, right? If I rotate, that stick is gonna fall. Or if my partner rotates, the stick is going to fall. So the drill section, it can be a little frustrating, especially if you have prior martial arts background and you're really used to body rotation and power augmentation via that movement. Here we're doing the opposite. Like this is completely refined. I'm dominating center line. And even my feeder is not sacrificing his or her good form. They're feeding these battle punches the way that we talked about, trying to own center line. But no rotation. It's right here in the drills section. It's very important. We'll talk about the trapping section in a moment. Okay, Hun Sao. Hun Sao, you have to, again, we be in our posture. We want to check our posture. We have to chop in just a little bit. And I've been talking about this over the last few weeks in our public classes. If this is the line, whether it's to my sternum or to my face, the line of the punch, right, or whatever shape it's taking, I cannot risk the health of my face that the timing of this scoop is going to be perfect. So what I have to do, I have to have a little Jopsao into the Hun Sao. But the focus is on the Hun Sao, okay? And what we want to keep this motion small, because if we make it big, we have a tendency to flare our elbows. And there are times in Wing Chun where we might go from, Jop Hun to Bong Sao. We're not doing that right now, okay? It's just here. We're just defeating, again, somebody feeding us like this. And we'll look at all of these in a moment, okay? Jop Hun, here. And I don't want to flare this. So I minimize the motion. Keep that motion very small, okay? So that would be the kind of thing I can already tell you, Sifu Bryan, how could you properly evaluate me if I'm by myself? Well, this is a very concrete example. If you're doing this, it's wrong. The Jop is a little too big. You just got to make that a little bit more subtle, and you're overexposing yourself. That is something I can absolutely see without another person, because this is all about your structure and having your structure correct. Okay, so that is your Hun Sao. Last one is going to be Pak Sao. Okay. So we're on, guys. Sorry. Okay. So Pak Sao here. On center, not past it. If I go past it, they're going to lops out or do something. Something Wing Chun that's terrible to me is going to be the consequence for that. Okay? So This is my Pak Sao. Okay, so if I have a partner, everything that we just did is what the drill section could look like if you're by yourself. If I have a partner, with the exception of the Bong Sao, Lop Sao, so you make your fist here. Here's my Bong Sao and here's my Ton Sao. And then I roll this over the top. And then my partner, all they have to do is grab, roll it over the top, stay attached, and that's it. And you can see this is not really combative. Like, take your left hand away, please, for a second. I'm nowhere near her face. Think about this more like a two-person form that you're doing for attribute development, okay? So this would be, and we just stay linked. Perfect. That's it, okay? And that would be the first drill, which again, in your written curriculum, I will write up as Bong Sao / Lop Sao. Same language Sifu Fong is using, but I'm just gonna make it obvious that those are together. Okay, so now Simo Jean's gonna just give me slow battle punches. So my next one, I'm sorry, well, let me go in the order that I gave it to you. Jop Sao. Here's my Jop Sao. Okay, so she freeze. When she's training this, okay, she's going on center line. She's not giving me some weird, cross center line energy so that I can get the drill. She's not discounting her training for my benefit. We're both trying to dominate center line. This would be the partnered application time of your Jop Sao. Okay, so if you have a partner, that's what your Jop Sao. I'm so sorry, I keep saying Jop. Jut Sao, please excuse me. That's your Jut Sao. Jut Sao, here's your Jut Sao. That's what your Jut Sao would look like. Okay, so that's your Jut. Then we get into your Ton Sao. So your Ton Sao with same feet, with a partner, this is what I was saying. This is gonna go inside. Inside. We're both trying to dominate center line time. So that would be the application for the Ton Sao, okay? Now my Jop Sao, okay, so again, Jut is here, and then we had the Ton Sao, and now we're getting into Jop Sao. I think I misspoke a couple times there, okay? So Jop Sao, super light, because again, this is the one where if you overdo it, your partner is going to be over it very, very quickly. And then however long you're doing this for, when it becomes your partner's turn, they tend to start hacking away at your forearms because that's what you did to them. So that's it, just that cut, right, on the outside. That's our Jop Sao. Our Hun Sao, remember, nice and slow. I'm going to jop in. So this is what I was saying. Give me this punch again in slow motion. I don't want to risk the health of my face for having the perfect timing with that line, boom, intercepted with the Hun Sao. I actually want to cut the line with my Jop Sao first and then Hun the punch out of the way. Okay, so that will be written up as Hun Sao, but there will be a little reminder in there that you need to cut the line, protect the health of your face or your sternum or wherever they're punching at with that Jop Sao initially. Okay, and then the Pak Sao. So the Pak Sao is simply going to be here. I want to be higher on the arms. I don't want to go on the wrist. I want to be higher on the forearms. We're both dominating center line. I don't want to go over because she would take her left hand and Lop Sao and I would get hit. Okay? So we're not sacrificing center line domination. There we go. Okay? So thank you. So those are all the drills that we just did. We did them in the air. We have them what they would look like if you're by yourself, and we have them what they could look like if you're with a partner. Okay, so you have both versions. Both versions are acceptable. If you have a partner who can help you, you don't need to do the solo version. As you don't need to film it. Just bring your partner in. Hey, here's our bong lop. Okay, now I'm moving into Jutsao, and so on. Just go down the list. Okay, so that's going to be our drills section. We're going to move into trapping. So trapping, we get to put ourselves, I'm going to work out of a right lead. Okay, so right lead, and it's a right high reference point. We only have 3 trapping combinations for your yellow sash. So slap and hit, or pak sat da, okay? So left hand slaps, right hand hits. And if, you know, really executing this, which I will in a few moments with a partner, you don't want to move your right hand. You just want the left hand non-telegraphically to clear the line for that shot, okay? This must be a satsao. If you're in my JKD program, you get a little bit more choice about what this attack, it could be a sokol, it could be guachoi. You get a little bit more choice as to what you, we have class, buddy. We have class. Okay, I'll refilm this, everybody. Don't worry. We'll use this one for the public class, and then I'll make a little bit of a cleaner recording, okay? But this way, at least we're going through it, and it's explicit. So if you're in JKD, you have more options of what you can do. It could be, again, guachoi would be this back fist. That sokol would be your reverse hammer fist. You can still satsao. For your Wing Chun, it's got to be a satsao, okay? Because frankly, the guachoi and the sokol, those are things that Bruce Lee added in his martial expression, okay? So that just this, I mean, I know that doesn't, this is the solo version of number 1, slap and hit, or pak sat da, slapping hand, hit with the knife hand, okay? Number 2, you start with number 1, you get pushed across center line, you insert your left tonsao, and then you lop and chung choi. So 1, get pushed, 2, and 3. Pak sat, start like 1, pak sat da, get pushed past center line, insert your tonsao, pull, and hit with your vertical fist. Okay, and facing you, you know, everybody, this is my expression, everybody wants their tonsao to do something. They want it to clear, they want it to deflect, they want it to counter. The only verb that your tonsao can actually do is to be. That's all it can do. It can't clear, it can't open, it can't, all I'm doing is it can be. So I pak sat, I get pushed past, I insert the ton, and then I lop and I chung choi. Okay, so in English, slap with the left hand, hit with the right knife hand. The right knife hand gets pushed past center line, insert the left showing hand, left hand pulls or grabs, while the right hand hits with a vertical fist. That's the second trapping combination. Okay, third trapping combination, the good news is it's mostly like the second one. This is the same, this getting pushed is the same, inserting the tonsao is the same, but now I'm gonna slap with my right and score with the left tonsao on the left side of my opponent's face, or my partner's face. So over here, 1, this is the same. Get pushed past center line, that's the same as 2. Insert the tonsao, that's the same as 2. Right pak, left satsao. So when I started this, I was attacking the right side of my opponent's face. I transition and I finish by scoring on the left side of their body. Okay, so you can literally put those on video that way. Okay, and I'm gonna move through. Let me go through those with Simo Jean real quickly, and because I will redo this for you, everybody we'll stop the Wing Chun after that and go into the JKD. Okay, so right lead, put your right side in front. So number one is I slap and hit. Okay, and I'm not going to hit you. Just don't worry about this right now. So we're going to say that I score. Okay, so that's number one. Slap and hit with the knife hand. Change sides with me. Slap and hit with the knife hand. Okay. Number two, I start like one. She parries across her center line with her rear hand. So I insert this Tan Sao, and then I lock with it, and I score with the Chung Choi with my right hand. So Pak Sut Da, Tan, lock Chung Choi Da. Slap with the left, hit the knife hand with the right, insert the left showing hand, pull with the left, vertical punch with the right. That's number two. Number three is identical to number two, except in every way, except once I get here, I slap with the right and do the knife hand with the left. Okay? So once again, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I'm going to do them all for you. Don't block this first one, please. I can go super slow. I'm probably not going to hit you. I score. That's number one. Number two, she parries across center line. I Tan, I lop, and I punch. This is number two. Number three, everything's the same up until this point is number two, but then I slap with the right and hit with the left. Thank you. Okay? So we got through everything except the form. So I can verbally wrap this up for you, but I'll re-record everything for you very soon. We would do the form and the Selim Tao at this point. All you have to do is follow along with me. So you are technically allowed, if you need to, you could put the recording on that I'm going to make you a little bit more formalized version of what I was trying to do tonight, and you could just follow along. You don't have to have it memorized at this point. You just have to be able to follow it correctly. Okay? And then we would go into your gates round. So remember, gates, you're using Bilda on the high line, Ganda on the low line for singles, and then your Jikjin Choi. Now, you have 3 minutes. So what does it look like? If you have a partner, you need a partner who can actually feed you, right? This is the feed on the high line. This is the feed on the low line. They're always, the glove with which they're not hitting you always just kind of goes along the sternum, right? And you can go, multiples on the same side. You don't always have to switch sides for the singles. And then when I go here, that's it. That's it. Okay, so Conrad's showing you exactly in his window what you need to do. You only need 150 punches in a 3-minute round. So you need to take your phone, or if you have a timer, put 3 minutes on the timer, put 3 minutes on your phone, start it. If you have a holder, fantastic, okay? If your holder is the only person that's there, and we've done this before in smaller classes, your holder's got to pull double duty and count your punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay? That's, and you minimum of 150, minimum of 150, and believe me, you can do it. And that number goes up as you move, through the rankings. If you are solo, like you're truly by yourself, you're gonna have to do it in the air. So I'll give you 2 options. If you have a heavy bag or a bob dummy or anything that you can strike, put on, probably the easiest thing are like MMA gloves and actually make contact. I know there's nothing being fed to you, but that's what we can do right now. All right. If you have nothing like that that you can strike, you're going to do it in the air. Okay. And for now, again, having these options is better than having no martial arts in our lives. Would I prefer that like we were face to face, or even you could have, you really need 4 people ideally. And why 4? 1 to feed you, 1 to count your punches verbally, and 1 to count your punches silently to him or herself. But that's optimal, okay? If you're by yourself in the air or on a heavy bag, if you do have somebody that can just count your punches, that makes your life way easier, okay? And just have them do it audibly. All right, so there you go. We'll get this uploaded. I will probably re-record this content for you and just get it a little bit more formalized. But I at least wanted to present that to you. Okay, so Wing Chun, here we go. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. All right, thank you for joining me for that.